It's so hot. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but welcome to Japan. I am so excited to take you along with me on this crazy journey, but let's start from the beginning. As soon as I landed, even though I got so much food on the plane, I was super hungry, and even though we can also get this in Germany, I was really feeling these udon and also just some vitamins pick me up, so I got this smoothie. Both were absolutely banging, and this turned out to be one of my obsessions throughout my whole Japan trip, which were these convenience store lattes. They're around $1.50 and they're super tasty. Fun fact, the man in the background waited for me outside, asked for my number, and proceeded to text me really inappropriate stuff. But anyways, somebody also stole my AirPod case during my layover. It's not charged yet, so I had to get a new one. And on the first day, I just randomly roamed around. I walked from Shinjuku to Harajuku with my suitcase, and I got a snack to end my first day in Tokyo. On the second day, I decided to explore Nakameguro, and I have to say it's very beautiful, but there's not a lot to see. I think it definitely is worth coming during the cherry blossom season. And I was suddenly getting super hungry, and after an hour of looking for ramen places that had vegetarian options, I settled on this one because I was starving. And I found out that it's actually a chain, which made me kind of sad because I wanted to go to the local stores, but this was a huge portion, and I actually asked them if they could remove the meat. They said they would, but they didn't, so that was kind of sad, but the ramen was still good. After having my ramen, I walked all the way to Shibuya, and honestly, in real life, the Shibuya crossing is so underwhelming. I actually walked past it without even knowing if that was actually the real thing. I also made my way into Shibuya 109, wow, and it was also actually very underwhelming, to be honest. It was very cheap quality, the prices were insane. And then I walked all the way back to Harajuku, and this was a culture shock in the weirdest way, because German media always said how crazy Harajuku especially is, but this shopping street was actually quite normal and touristy, so not what I expected, but still very cute. I simply couldn't choose what I wanted, and I ended up asking the worker there what her favorite was, and to be honest, the crepes are kind of overhyped, but still very delicious. So after finishing my delicious crepe, I went shopping a bit more. Okay, so this is gonna make me sound like a hater. I swear to you I'm not. I was just very disappointed from everything I saw in the media, like YouTube and TikTok lately, especially regarding the vintage shopping. But I feel like most of it was not secondhand. It was fast fashion at a crazy price. And also the items I found were just very similar in all of the different places I went to. So it was just not what I expected. What you see on social media, I feel like there's definitely better places to go thrift shopping than Japan. Actually, this whole street going towards Omotesando had so many cool stores, and I was so intrigued to buy all of the clothes, but this top, for example, was $40, and I'm not ready to pay that for Shein quality. The prices were crazy for really bad quality in a lot of the stores, I feel like. I basically just enjoyed the vibe of the streets without really buying anything. I've been window shopped for the rest of the day and just enjoyed the vibe of my second day. I am currently on my way to Koenji, and I'm still quite tired because my body is not used to sleeping more than 6 hours. So I didn't sleep more than 6 hours. I wasn't able to, and I'm really puffy. It took me about half an hour to choose what to wear. This is what I chose. I want to go to this restaurant, and I felt like this fit the aesthetic the best. quite sure if to get this or this, but I think I need Stronghold. This meal was actually one of the best things I've ever had in my whole entire life. It's so simple, but it was so good. They give you these huge bowls of rice with a fried egg on top and this sweet soy sauce and these like fried little pieces of vegetables and fish and stuff. And the rice bowl alone and with the sauce and the egg was incredibly good. I cannot put into words. If I had to go to one restaurant in all of Japan, I would definitely go here again, and another one in Kyoto, but you'll see that in my Kyoto episode. And actually I would have been lost because they don't really speak English that well, but there was a very cute couple next to me who helped me out, and they were super nice. So this was a 500 out of 3 experience. It was so good. After that, I explored some more of Koenji, and since it is known to be like super good for thrift shopping, especially on TikTok, I was expecting loads, but I actually didn't find a lot of stuff. I only got one little top, and I only bought it because I wanted to get something and it was really cheap. So I don't know, I think I did thrift shopping really wrong in Japan. This is like the second street I'm in. And I found some stuff that I will try on soon. Okay, before we go on any further, let's fix our hair. I'm so tired. This is what it looks like. Okay, how do we do this? Oh, this works so well. It feels kind of waxy. Wind is kind of working against us. Okay, I think it's kind of working. Nice. My baby here is really stubborn, but can you see I'm melting? I still don't know if I should get a latte at one of these machines or if I should get another one from Family Mart, or should actually sit down at a cafe, because I really need to sit down. But it's so nice. I'm so happy. I do have to say Japan was really hot in August, and I know now why they do not recommend coming to Japan in August, because I was dying every day. I wanted to walk around naked, but that would have not been little enough clothes for me to like. It was insane. It was actually insane. Usually I'm really good with heat, but this trip was the first trip where my body literally gave out on me. It's true when they say it's the worst time to visit. My body definitely felt it. I do not recommend. I died almost every day. And these iced coffees saved my butt. I'm on my quest to find the best convenience coffee. And this even has some foam on it. This is way better than the coffee from... I took way too long to decide, and I think I'm gonna go to Shinjuku now. So I made my way back to Shinjuku to actually explore it this time, and I also went into the Don Quixote for the first time. But this store was actually not that nice. I've definitely been to better ones, so I just kept walking around and kept window shopping throughout the malls. It was really nice, but I was slowly getting hungry and I was feeling like something noodly. And I heard that tsukumen was supposed to be very good, so I looked up a tsukumen restaurant, and this had the best Google ratings. So I made my way up there, and there was actually a really long line, but it turned out to be worth it. I'm starving and I'm tired, but it's almost time to eat. And I think after that I might want to get a ice cream as well. Can you see how greasy I am? I'm so excited for the show and for tomorrow. This restaurant is shrimp based though, which my stupid ass didn't understand, even though there was signs of shrimp, which I just thought were really funny in the front of the building. But this dish was maybe my second favorite. I don't know, I had so much good food, but this also is definitely at the top. They were actually playing old school like Black Eyed Peas. It was a whole vibe. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But afterwards, I was craving some ice cream, and one of my favorite YouTubers, World of Extra, said that this waffle ice cream is one of his favorites, or his favorite ice cream, so I wanted to check it out. And I actually ended up getting the chocolate one, and as an ice cream lover, I can highly recommend this one as well. It was so good. It's like this thin, crispy waffle layer with milky vanilla ice cream and thin layers of crisp chocolate. It was divine. And I actually wanted to head home, but that's when I saw the Kabukicho Tower. And next time I come here with my friends, I will definitely take them here because it's such a vibe. It's like this futuristic assortment of different bars and restaurants, and they have a DJ, and they also have a show stage, and upstairs is also like this whole arcade area, which was so cool. But I wanted to head home earlier because I had a very busy day the next day. Asakusa was definitely one of my favorite areas in all of Tokyo. You could really feel that it's the traditional and cultural central of Tokyo. I just bought this, and now I have to find a place to eat it. I'm excited to try them. Okay, I just came here. I also cooked up my hair because it's just way too hot right now, but I'm excited to try. Yay! Oh, it's actually really good. The powder outside is kind of sweet and sour. I thought it was just rice flour or something, but the powder is delicious. Strawberry is sweet, very sweet, but also not too sweet. And the red bean taste is just the perfect addition. I could have gotten it with custard as well, but this seems like the better combination. And I really like red beans, so I'm so happy. But actually it's so hot, I don't have words, but I'm very happy I'm here, and I'm excited to try some more stuff. And of course, since I was at the temple, I wanted to get my fortune. And there was actually a really rude lady next to me who just pushed me away. But I got a bad fortune, so of course I tied it up, as you do. And after that, I just kept exploring the temple and kept walking around. And on that day, it was actually so hot. It was one of the days where I should have rested more because my body was definitely giving up on me. After seeing it for like 5 times, I finally caved in and tried these honey glazed fried sweet potato balls. It doesn't sound that good, but this was actually absolutely delicious. This is probably even better in the colder months, but even in summer, this was so good. I also got the custard sweet potato pie. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was very smooth and very delicious. And as I kept walking around after enjoying my snacks, I also found this cute little kind of convenience store with the sweetest lady who had great prices. Like, I haven't seen these products cheaper anywhere else in all of Japan. So I got these 2 masks because everybody was raving about it on TikTok. And that's when I decided I needed a little afternoon pick-me-up. So I decided to go to a very hyped matcha place. And on my way, I found this beautiful river view of the Sky Tree. So I enjoyed that for a second before heading over to the matcha place. And I do have to admit, in my opinion, this was overhyped and overpriced. This was $8 for an iced matcha with brown sugar syrup and oat milk. It was obviously good matcha, but nothing special for me, to be very honest. And even though I was really stuffed, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to come back, so I really wanted to try this creme brulee matcha crepe. And even though I was really not in the mood for this ended up being really good. There's more stuff inside, I didn't even know. Currently trying to get it out. It had so many different layers and components. It was this creme brulee top with a custard, ice cream, cream, and probably much more that I couldn't even enjoy because I was so full. But this is definitely also a recommendation of mine. That was very delicious, but I just wanted it to be over because the only thing I ate until now today was sweet. And now I'm feeling almost sick, just almost. It's so pretty. And now it was already time to go to one of my highlights of my whole trip, and actually the reason why I wanted to go in August after all. I was on my way to a firework festival and the streets were full of people. It was super well organized. Left and right were all of these food stalls selling so much food. The lines were insane and the architecture of most of these houses was also super nice. I got kind of scared when they tried out the fireworks before it was even dark, but this was absolutely one of my highlights. If you get the chance to look at fireworks in Japan, definitely go. There was also a group of very sweet people who offered me to sit with them.
Or you want to be in the video?
Then it was already time to head back, and I wanted to be a bit quick because I heard the situation is crazy in the trains during these type of festival because there's just so many people. So I quickly grabbed some soba noodles because I was getting kind of hungry and wanted some real food.
Usually I'm not the biggest fan, but this is delicious.
This was the first real food I had all day at 10 p.m. I think it was, and it was actually really good. I do have to say I was a bit upset because other stalls gave people these huge portions and I only had a normal portion, but I think I couldn't have eaten more and mine actually looked way better. So I guess quality over quantity in this case. The way back was also very organized, very stress-free. Of course there was many people and it took a bit longer than if nobody was there obviously, but it was actually okay getting back. So the next morning I went to Osaka and Kyoto, but when I returned, I made my way to my new accommodation in Shibuya. I didn't really have a real dinner yet, so I grabbed some food and had that on the streets of Shibuya. And right after that, I also wanted some more vitamins and of course my favorite ice cream because we don't have that in Germany. And at this point, I honestly didn't know what to do, so I just kept walking around. And there was this man who wanted to get his cute Shiba Inu into his backpack. It was so adorable. I'm kind of feeling like strawberry jam or strap. I really am craving French toast, so let's see how this tastes. Of course, coffee and some fruit. And this French toast turned out to be my absolute favorite thing. I still dream about it. I have never had anything better at a convenience store, and I think I will never have. I miss this thing so dearly. And as I said before, I didn't know what to wear anymore and how to put my hair up anymore so that I could survive any better. So that day I decided to look like a 4-year-old girl. And since I still didn't know what to do with myself, I decided to explore Omotesando that day, and I casually stumbled upon the donut bakery I wanted to try anyways, and there was a huge line. I waited in line for 40 minutes, and I think the bakery you just saw on the frame next to it is actually much more worth it than these donuts. But something I do have to say, I appreciate that they keep baking everything fresh, like they keep stocking it up, and people were going ham, and these are not the cheapest donuts. Like, people were buying 10 to 20 donuts. I don't want to know how much money they spend in there, but stay tuned for a taste test later in the day. After wasting an hour of my life waiting for these donuts, I just kept walking around Omotesando and Harajuku again, window shopped, and it started raining for a bit, and that was actually really refreshing. And luckily I was inside a vintage store, but I just kept hopping from store to store, and these were actually just very aesthetic to look at. And since it was still raining and gloomy and I was getting hungry at around 4 p.m. finally, I wanted something heartwarming, soul warming. So I remembered there was this curry udon place that was highly recommended on TikTok. I decided to check it out. And this place and this dish was so fancy that I still can't believe it was actually this cheap. It was so good. I cannot put into words. It was so simple yet so heartwarming, and it tasted like the best creamy German potato soup you will ever have with udon in it. And I usually don't like to spend money on udon. I'm weird like that, I don't know. After that I headed to Tokyo Plaza because I haven't been in, and it was still kind of rainy and I was craving coffee at 6:30, so that's what I got. I headed up to the Starbucks and was really sad that it was raining because this outside terrace is actually super pretty, but I decided to just enjoy the view on the inside in the staircase of the Tokyo Plaza, and I wanted to try my donuts with the coffee. Not much has happened today. It's been raining. I think I've been running around with my donuts. I had an amazing late lunch. There is an elevator. And now I have an amazing view, and I got my coffee at 6:30 p.m. because I'm feeling like it now. And we're gonna do a little taste test. I will probably not finish them. I will just try them all and have the rest for breakfast tomorrow. They're very soft. I got the pumpkin one. Let's try the pumpkin one first. Wow. Didn't really love that one too much. It was not too sweet in a bad way. Under my palate. I do not remember what this one was. Something with white chocolate. Doesn't taste that special either, but it's a good donut. It was apparently the best. This is the normal and cheapest one of them all. Reminds me of German crackers, like the real good. On my last day, I checked out early in the morning and it was raining yet again, and of course the elevator was broken and I was on the top floor. Those stairs were outside of the building. And since it was raining, I decided to just do the things I could do inside. I went to the Nintendo store in hopes of good Animal Crossing merch, but I do have to admit I was quite underwhelmed. But I was glad I went anyways because I saw people trying out the new Mario games, and I think I will actually get some because those looked really cool. While browsing around, I found this top, and this is the perfect example of what I mean by the items in the thrift stores were overpriced, because the top originally is in the H&M price bracket, but it was sold for $88. So one of the things I haven't tried yet that I really wanted to try was okonomiyaki, and I found this place right around Shibuya Station. So you can make it yourself, which is like pretty usual, I guess. And I was starting to get hungry. I only had a small little breakfast. I still have quite a tight schedule today, but we'll get everything done because we're like right near each other. It's crazy to think that these are my final hours in Tokyo or Japan, and that this journey isn't over yet. I'm really excited for my next trip. Hope everything works out, but we'll worry about that later. I'm just excited for food now. Since it was my last day and there was one thing I hadn't tried yet, which was okonomiyaki, and I was in the mood for something saucy, I found this restaurant with a lot of vegetarian and even vegan options apparently. So I went in there and made my own okonomiyaki. And it was a great experience. Since I had a very full schedule and I hadn't been to Roppongi yet, I made my way over and went to Tokyo Tower. It was a tower. And then I kept walking to a cafe I wanted to check out, which is known for this cute little grandpa who hand makes pudding. And I was hoping for this to be closed because I was so full, but I knew if it wasn't closed, I would stuff this into me anyways and get more of a tummy ache. So I was kind of glad this was closed, but also kind of sad that I didn't get to experience this. And it was super hot that day, so I don't know why I chose to wear these non-breathable pants. I just got an iced latte at 7-Eleven. This is so sad. I don't know, I just waited for Family Mart because that do be my favorite iced latte store. I look absolutely insane. It's so hot. But the reason I got this is, first of all, I'm super hungry again. Second of all, I got this donut. Oh my god, I've never had a mochi donut before. It do be so good. Yum. I'm almost at Tokyo Station. I want to find the Rilakkuma. I hope the store is still open. I'm going to enjoy this while walking because we don't have time. Or do we? I should keep walking. After my sweet little break, I kept on walking to Tokyo Station. Yes, I walk a lot in hopes of finding the Rilakkuma that I saw in Kyoto, but I didn't. But luckily, my friend Jackie is getting it for me because she's in Japan right now. Japan's best ice cream or the best ice cream in the world. But as soon as he gave it to me, it started falling apart in my hand. The whole ice cream melted and the biscuit also just started crumbling apart. So I ran back inside the store and got a cup and enjoyed it like that. But in my opinion, not worth the hype. Layla's meal. I bought an egg because I was feeling that. Spicy miso ramen for, again, my craving. And I also ate obsessed. I got more of this. But I started eating this while waiting for my ramen. This is very delicious as well. I'm also gonna get some ice cream after this, but first I gotta figure out where to eat because this is closed. I still had around half an hour and a lot of quick change, and I promised to bring home one of these toys for my friend Jackie. So I tried my luck at one of the machines and got her one of the cute shark cats, or so I thought, because these actually turned out to be a whole nother thing. So just so you know, what you think you get is not actually what you get in the end sometimes. And this was an official store, so I don't know, that was really weird. But yeah, then it was already time to head to the airport, which was super cool. It was like little Japan in there, and I actually took a nap on this stone bench for around 3 hours because I had an early morning flight to my next destination, so be sure to look out for that. But until then, be sure to check out my Osaka and Kyoto video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.